on a personal injury law firm and you're not getting leads on autopilot, leaving millions on the table. On our first episode of VMP, we brought on Crush Media, a marketing agency that specializes on helping law firms print money. And they broke down exactly how to 10x your client base using paid ad content and systems that actually scale. All right, let's get into it.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on?
What's going on?
Glad to be here in CC.
It's a great day.
How y'all been?
Busy.
I've been good, bro.
Busy.
Okay, what's your core philosophy when it comes to marketing and branding?
Honestly, it's just experimentation. Your 50th ad is always going to be better than your first, and so bridging that gap as fast as possible is pretty key, at least in what we do, because we guarantee results in very quick times, and in order to do that, we need to iterate and pivot as fast as possible.
I think understanding that the human connection in marketing is really important. So, like, although AI is coming out, although it's going to continue to improve in everything that we've done and tested, whether it's like Facebook ads, ad copy, whatever, like the more human it is, it does better and it converts at a higher rate than if it would be like AI or even like the creative. Like the more creative you are in your ads, whether it's videos or images, if it's just more personable, especially for a local business, it'll do better and it'll convert at a better rate.
And when we talk about local businesses, what do you think is the most common misconception when it comes to marketing for local businesses?
Social media is not going to cut it. I feel like a lot of businesses think that if I do a couple posts here and there and I post this one video that I saw was trending, then that's actually going to lead to sales, and that is such a fallacy that I can't emphasize that enough. There needs to be other strategic ways to go about finding a customer and making money off them.
If I may, heck, what's worked for y'all the best in local businesses?
Yeah. For us, it's more, it's less on that organic reach and more retargeting the organic reach, meaning the person that likes, shares, comments, we just retarget them, and then those are the people that are most invested in your brand, your company. Those are the people, when your ad pops up, they'll recognize your face. You know, and to me, that's everything. You know, because if a random guy is like this and it's an ad, no one's gonna know who you are. Versus if you retargeted them and they watched your videos, it's just more personalized.
Yep.
So another thing I have is, what advice do you have to scale when it comes to agencies?
It's a great question, bro.
That's a great question.
Great question. I would say find out so first of all, just try shit. Like work with a lot of different businesses, try paid ads, try Google local service ads, see what you can like
fail as fast as possible.
Yeah, see what can work for a business, and then like really hone in and see and then niche down after that. So I would niche down. It could either be industry or it could either be service, and then just get really good at that specifically. And then like just try to provide the best customer service possible, because in order to scale an agency, you don't want to rely on one-off stuff. I would say if you can provide a good customer service and have a good lifetime value, it just opens up the doors for a lot more opportunity, probably, I would say.
Okay. So what did you guys niche down to?
Right now we're focusing on personal injury firms.
Awesome.
We feel as though we've worked with a couple firms in the past and we've seen some pretty good results. So we see it as if we can deliver on what we have in the past, then one case that we generate for a firm can justify our cost for, potentially the entire year. And so, that's
another reason why we chose law firms specifically is because they do sell a high ticket service, but also there's a lot of opportunity to grow in Facebook ads specifically. A lot of law firms, they rely on, of course, word of mouth, but also PPC. Billboards, ranking at the top of Google, TV ads, which is great, but that's more to like prime your client and customer and to just get your name out there. A lot of law firms haven't utilized Facebook ads the correct way. And I think there's a lot of opportunity to grow in that space because it's not as competitive.
I completely agree.
That's kind of the biggest thing that we've seen is that whole industry is just lagging in terms of they're still stuck on traditional marketing and things of that sort.
And because it's an expensive industry, like Google, extremely expensive to try to rank in PI firms. Like you could spend I was just on a call, like he said, like some big national brands. They can go to a city and spend like $200,000 a month on Google ads, which you know, if it's profitable to them, that's cool. But if you're a traditional law firm, you can't outcompete or outspend them. You have to find different ways to do so,
Creative
right?
ways.
And exactly what are those different ways?
So one way is the content that you create, and then how you target specific people in, you know, like looking for a lawyer if they get in an accident. And there's two ways you can do that. One way is the traditional, like targeting people who just got in an accident, whether it's car accident, motorcycle, semi-truck, all that good stuff. But the other way, and what we've seen, is like you could actually build relationships with medical providers. So like in Facebook, you could actually target chiropractors, physical therapists, stuff like that, because when people get in an accident, they need to go to those medical providers first, right? So if as a lawyer, I can get one medical provider and build a relationship with them in terms of like a referral base, like, you know, we'll not only refer to you if we get, you know, cases, but if you refer us as well, there's higher lifetime value there. You know,
the leads are also so high quality because that person that's been injured is already injured. And they're seeking legal help. So
it just, and then like that way, like, you know, if I can run a Facebook ad targeting chiropractors and like just kind of showcase like how we've helped past medical providers in the past and like how we pay them well and do all that, like you can build relationships that way. And that's how you can like expand and scale to different cities, which is very interesting. And a lot of people don't do that.
What do you think is a good offer when it comes to a PI lawyer law firm?
That's a difficult one.
Let me
That's a difficult one. But okay,
yeah. So what do you think about that offer whenever they say like, if we don't win, you don't pay?
yes,
So
What do you think about that?
Yeah, because it's like a roof. It's like a roofing company, right? So like a roofing company, they always have free quotes for a roofer. So like just like lawyers, they all have that you don't pay until we win your case. So the biggest thing to combat that is like how can you be different and how can you be like creative in your, you know, videos and your ad creative so that you can stand out amongst the other ones. And you can do that with two ways. You can either be like really creative and out of the box and funny and memorable, which
really,
is
really specific.
Yeah, and showcasing your expertise. So like, you know, I mean, there's a lot of types of value that you can do it that way, but probably those two ways I'd say on how you can make your videos stand out. Yeah.
Awesome. And when you first like talk to a law firm, how do you guys evaluate them? How do you evaluate their marketing strategy from the very beginning, or their online presence, I should say?
Yeah.
It's kind of a top to bottom audit that we do on their business in terms of looking at their Google, looking at their website. There's a lot of back end like technical things that you can see to find out if they're running ads, what do the ads look like. And so, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different techniques on finding.
So one thing I would ask them is, like, first of all, they have to know their numbers, right? So you got to find out what they're doing marketing-wise, billboards, TV, Google ads, whatever. And then you got to figure out, okay, like, what is, you know, your profit that you're getting from those channels specifically? Do they even know that? If they don't know that, how can they improve, right? So, like, having all of that tracked and understood is the first process. The other process is understanding, like, okay, for car accidents, usually a lawyer can profit from a car accident case around $12,000, $12 to $15K. That's on average. It can be more, it can be less. That's like the traditional car accident. So like, okay, when you look at it from that perspective, if I am able to get a case for like $500, then that is a great return on investment. Even if it's $1,000, it's a great return on investment for like Facebook, you know, whatever. So like if you think of it that way, and then you also get the lifetime value of that customer when you do get them, because they'll refer if one of their friends gets in an accident, or might get in an accident again and you get them again, right? So like it's just it makes sense advertising wise to be aggressive, but you don't want to just throw money into Google ads hoping that someone picks you out of the 20 other lawyers, because you can be a lot more profitable. There's a lot more profitable ways to do so.
Awesome.
And be extremely specific. Be extremely specific. So like, what are their top 3 practice areas? What are the areas that they're trying to target, like city? And then like in your ad copy, like literally be like motorcycle accident, X city.
Yep.
Like this is for you. because if you're broad, they won't resonate with the ad as much. Yeah.
I think the other problem that a lot of people aren't really knowing of yet is that with Google, there's a whole other ranking nowadays with screen badges. And so anytime somebody looks up like a personal injury firm, in our instance, if they're not guaranteed on local service ads, that is being shown above the Google
PPC.
search ads. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow. That's
yeah.
interesting.
It is being shown
Yeah.
above. Yeah.
And it's a badge?
It's a screen badge. So
It's a
yeah, there's
screen
Google guaranteed, and that's like the search ads and whatnot. But then now there's a screen badge, which is direct to a call.
Yep.
And so yeah,
Every lawyer should be ranked on Google Local Service. The key to Google Local Service is like the response time and rating the leads as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and making sure they answer the calls, right?
Yep.
Because I heard that if you don't answer your phone calls, like they rank
It'll
you
get
lower.
it'll rank you lower
Yeah.
because you're not a Google. Yeah, you're not active. You're not active,
Yeah.
and you're not someone that like a customer can trust to like answer the phone and do good. But it's pay per lead, qualified lead. So like you could actually get credited back the ones that maybe aren't qualified, or maybe they're trying to sell you something, or maybe they're bad work, whatever it is. And Google will credit back that money to you, which is great.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, and you can use it for just more ad spend. So every lawyer should do that for sure, I'd say. And like for the majority of law firms, all they want to do is they want to have a predictable system that they can duplicate in different cities and different states.
Yep.
Because like usually if they want to scale, they either have to buy law firms and buy cases from other law firms. They have to hunt down medical providers, and hopefully they they network and create a referral program and all that. Like they have to. And like another thing with trying to scale to different cities with Google ads is that you're not going to outrank the people who have been local to that area for the past 10 years, especially on SEO.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like your return on investment there is going to be really bad. I mean, not bad, but it'll take a long time to get that investment back.
you're definitely working off your back foot.
So with Facebook ads, because it rewards creative and it rewards like retargeting and all that, it should be like you should be able to like turn the faucet on, and then you can start generating leads. With all the other ones, I mean, it's kind of difficult to like kind of just turn on the light bulb. I mean, Google, don't get me wrong, there's great. I mean, you can target in Google, like marketing agencies will be like, this guy's lying, blah blah blah. But I'm not lying when I say that like on average, law firms have to spend like 20-30K on Google ads a month, and like if you're like maybe just starting your firm or like you're trying to grow in a different city, like that's just something you don't necessarily want to do, right? Like, I don't know.
That's
I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that unless I knew I was going to get a return.
For the record, we generate leads at $90 average.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be the end of episode 1. Like, subscribe, and do all that later.